The evolution of power flight has allowed birds and many other animals to travel in the air over very long distances, but it comes at a massive cost in the form of metabolic energy. However, being masters of the air, birds have figured out ways to stay airborne over long periods of time without expending energy at all. In this video, we will go over what gliding and soaring is, and how birds are able to soar with some neat video examples. Starting off with gliding, which is actually not unique to just flying animals. Many land animals can actually glide as well, such as the flying squirrels and draco lizards. Gliding is covering a horizontal distance without expending energy, which is achieved by converting gravitational potential energy from a certain height into kinetic energy, which becomes the airspeed of the glide. Notice that no metabolic energy is required to achieve this airspeed. When an animal is gliding, lift is created by their wings, deflecting the relative wind coming towards them, and the drag is produced by their body shape. The lift force and drag force combine together into a resultant force called total aerodynamic force, which balances their weight and makes sure that they don't just plummet into the ground. However, what is unique to flying animals is soaring, which is when an animal uses wind from below or updraft to offset their sinking speed. In other words, they use updraft to lift themselves up higher despite gravity dragging them down. There are four main types of soaring: slope, thermal, sea anchor, and dynamic soaring. During slope soaring, an animal uses the air being deflected off a hill as an updraft, which keeps generating lift for them. In the video example below, this bird is soaring from the updraft deflected by the side of a moving boat. Next, we have thermal soaring, which is when an animal uses thermal columns to gain altitude, and this method is used by many migrating birds. As the sun heats up the air above the ground, the warm air floats up due to being less dense than cold air, which is treated as an updraft for the flying animals. They circle around in this thermal column to continuously gain altitude with their wings wide open to catch this updraft of warm air. In this video below, you can see this golden eagle barely flapping its wings to keep circling in the thermal column to gain height. Next, we have sea anchor soaring, which is specifically used by petrel birds. Like the name suggests, they anchor their feet into the water and open their wings wide. This allows them to be suspended motionless at a specific height by the lift generated by oncoming wind. At this height, they can easily pick up food from the surface of the water. Lastly, we have dynamic soaring, which is done by many tube-nosed seabirds, or Procellariiformes, with the albatross being a prime example. Those seabirds are able to make use of velocity gradients of winds above the ocean surface, with higher speed winds at high altitudes. They soar in a wave-like pattern, gaining speed as they glide down, which is then used to gain altitude as they soar back up higher. Here's a video of an albatross doing just this. Right there you can see the albatross flying up, and then it goes back down, and it goes back up right here. And there we have it. Flying animals are able to fly without flapping their wings or expending metabolic energy through their uses of gliding and soaring, by using updraft created by the slopes, by thermal columns, by sea anchoring, and by velocity gradients of wind. Birds are able to soar and gain altitude for completely free of energy cost. I hope that y'all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for watching, and good luck with everything.